What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to For Strategy Gaming. This is game number 2 here between KiWiKaKi and DRG. This time we're on Shakur's Plateau here in the lower right-hand spawn location. DRG as our blue Zerg player, and the lower left-hand position, KiWiKaKi as the red Protoss player. Last game, oh boy, DRG with some impressive econ harass, taking out 2 of KiWiKaKi's bases, but most importantly, he managed to wreak havoc on the worker count of KiWiKaKi with some speeding attacks, with some muta harass as well. Just phenomenal play there by DRG. He had to deal with some early game harass from KiWiKaKi in the form of opening up Void Ray Phoenix harass, and that actually was very effective and quite impressive by KiWiKaKi. But unfortunately, after that, DRG was just non-stop on the offensive, and KiWiKaKi had a really hard time dealing with that. Certainly didn't help that he had mutas in his main, taking out some of his major tech buildings as well. Alright, so KiWiKaKi will yet again be going with a Forge Fast Expand, also making his way across the map here with his probe, scouting out DRG immediately. That's going to actually force DRG to open up on one base, although I wouldn't be too surprised if he had planned that anyways, given the fact that he did open up Extractor first one base play last game. And it looks like we'll be seeing the same thing here this game. So there you go, DRG. Deciding to go gas first, getting that spawning pool after, and that of course lets him get that metabolic boost right away the second that spawning pool pops. We're gonna see KiWiKaKi try to come out with a little bit of worker harass here. Not sure how effective that's gonna be. Just kind of being a nuisance. Really not doing much other than that. Oh, you damn Protoss players. It's so annoying to deal with this early game probe harass. But, you know, DRG is a pro, so he should be able to handle that no problem whatsoever. All right, so DRG now, again, will be able to get that metabolic boost right away. We're starting off with likely 2 to 4 Zerglings and then pulling his guys off of his gas to then move into his expansion. It's exactly what we are going to expect from him. KiWiKaKi will be chilling out here with this probe, trying to make sure that that expansion does not get dropped until those first few Zerglings are in play. Overlord Scout here for DRG will be moving to the front of the base over here for KiWiKaKi and actually scouting that out. And KiWiKaKi, a little bit concerned about early pressure, wants to make sure that he's actually getting that gateway out first before he drops his Nexus. And here comes the Nexus right now, and then should be kind of chilling out here for a moment, dropping the cannon right after that. Let's see if he decides to go for a full wall off here first. Getting a pylon. It looks like right now he's leaving one space. You can see there's actually one space there in between. It's going to allow enough room for a Zealot, but here comes that cannon right about now. There we go, so KiWiKaKi now with that wall off, but again, decided not to go for a full entire wall off instead. In fact, coming out with that little bit of a space for that Zealot. Now, very interesting over here, DRG is not expanded. He is on one base. Most importantly, he's coming out with that Roach Warren. DRG, ooh boy, looking to play some very, very early game aggro Zerg. And we'll be trying to push out against KiWiKaKi and just do a lot of early game damage. Now, major concern here is KiWiKaKi does have that scouting probe up there. And again, secondary scouting, we're seeing these Zerglings just go nuts all over the map, trying to find that Zergling and trying to make sure they does not scout this out. But DRG is going to be coming out with some very, very early aggressive one-base play. Very actually close to losing that Overlord. Just managed to pull it back just in time, and this is a crucial moment right now as KiWiKaKi prepares to move out with that scouting Zergling. Zergling on the low ground. Oh, did he spot it? Did you not see it? It's right there. Get it. You gotta get that. It's so important because that cannot move in for a secondary scout at all, and there it is. Finally, that gets taken out. So at the moment, KiWiKaKi does not have the foggiest idea as to what's going on, and he will not be prepared for this Roach attack. It is coming, my friends. It is coming. Now, we've got 2 photon cannons plus 2 Zealots kind of blocking this choke. My concern here is that those Roaches, sure, they're good at breaking these walls, but these 2 cannons are going to wreak havoc on them. And that's going to make him take some hefty, hefty losses. Now, we got more and more Roaches coming out. 4 more Roaches, so we'll be seeing a total of 10 Roaches here. And I'll be interested to see if he starts spamming those Zerglings immediately after that. Next wave of larvae is just about to pop. And I would like to see him do that, but no, he may be coming out more and more Roaches as he's still on that gas gathering there. Now, Cybernetics Core is finally coming on through. That's not going to be done in time for this, though. And actually, the Zealots making their way across the map here. Roach is moving on over in this direction, and here's the time for the push. Roach is now moving up to the main, and let's see how KiWiKaKi is prepared for this. Speedlings trying to push in, can't get by that worker there, and actually going straight in right now, and he'll be going straight for that worker line, and these Roaches are now in the main, and they're going to cause a major headache here for KiWiKaKi. KiWiKaKi pulling back here with those Zealots. We've got some more Roaches down over here, and is he going to be? Yes, he's going to be using those against those Zealots. These Roaches over here trying to take down this cannon, trying to stop that from going up. Needs to be careful though. He can't micro. He's unable to micro on both fronts there. He's trying to keep both groups of Roaches alive. These Roaches actually being chased by those Zealots right now, pulling back. And here we go. Roaches moving into the main, and again trying to do as much economic damage as possible. This is a huge headache here for KiWiKaKi. We've got a Stalker coming out. Also have a Stargate coming into play. That Stalker needs to be careful, trying to micro and take down those injured Roaches. More and more Roaches coming out, and they're just streaming their way across the map right now. And we've got the Stargate coming into play, and here we go. Zealots moving on up. DRG not microing away. He's not paying attention, and he just lost one Roach. He's about to lose a second. Boy, unfortunate for DRG without paying quite enough attention. He's trying to micro on both fronts, and here we go. Roach is now over in this position, actually able to drop that cannon. But the major concern is that as soon as that Stargate comes into play, we're going to see some probably a Void Rays, what I'm assuming is going to go straight for. Now, he doesn't have those resources quite as of yet, but he should momentarily, as the Zealots plus the Stalkers finally able to take out these Roaches. And, you know, he was able to do a bit of damage, but at what cost as well? He's taken, again, some very, very heavy losses. Few more Roaches moving in with that Speedling, trying to take down that cannon, and there you go. He doesn't manage to do so. But there are just enough forces here for KiWiKaKi to be able to defend himself, and that Void Ray is being chrono boosted out, and then all of a sudden DRG has to be very concerned about this counterattack. Now he does know about this. He can spot that Stargate, but is he going to be prepared? He, of course, is going to need some queens here. He's coming out with that second queen right now. I'm going to expect a third one to be following that immediately. And there we go. Just dropping that creep tumor. He needs to spread the creep so that he can quite easily defend these two bases, or rather much more easily defend these two bases with those queens. They're obviously so very slow off of creep. Void Ray now making its way across the map, doing some unit hunting. We'll be trying to catch any stray Zerglings, stray Overlords more importantly. If he can get those, that's going to be really, really good for him. And we're going to see a bunch of Speedlings actually moving out across the map here. I don't know if he's going to try a counterattack because it really wouldn't do too much. KiWiKaKi is properly defended against any Speedlings that may come into play. But here we go, two Queens now, and they are ready for this engagement. Moving down, pushing back that one Void Ray. There's not a second Void Ray, but we are seeing a Phoenix come into play, and he's going to actually use to snipe down some of these Overlords. And with just enough Queens, because KiWiKaKi's income was so hurt by that early push, just take a quick look here. 17 workers killed, so DRG killing off 17 probes. Take a look at the number of resources lost. DRG is actually behind. And obviously, he threw a lot of Roaches into that engagement and ended up losing all of them, but still, he did manage to do quite a lot of economic damage and really did set KiWiKaKi behind quite a bit. And we're going to see a second Phoenix come on through, so just one Void Ray and two Phoenixes is what DRG is going to have to deal with here in these early stages of the game. And three Overlords are dead. Absolutely nothing that they're going to be able to do. These Phoenixes will take them out without question. Void Ray at the center of the map will be getting map control. We're going to be seeing some Hydras come out, and DRG is set behind a lot economically. I just want to take a quick look here at this income tab. You can see KiWiKaKi is actually ahead. Why, would you say? Why is KiWiKaKi ahead? DRG did so much damage. Yes, but DRG used all of his larvae to pump out Roaches for the most part in the early stage of the game, and as a result, he just did not have the drone count necessary to maintain a strong economy. Now, he's just finally got another wave of workers through, so he's going to be able to be in a better position here when it comes to income, but still he's actually forced to rebuild a lot of Overlords because he just did lose those three that were over there. And yeah, KiWiKaKi may actually be in a very solid position, even though he lost so many workers early on. DRG, again, was also behind economically due to just roaching up instead of droning up. Now we're going to be seeing a Spore Crawler actually helping him to engage and fend off these few Phoenixes that are moving in here for KiWiKaKi. Void Ray just kind of still dancing back and forth on patrol here, trying to make sure that he can maintain control of the center of the map. Speedling's constantly testing the front there, just wants to see what he's up against. We're going to be seeing a transition here into a few more gateways, plus that Robo, and here comes a few more gateways as well. So KiWiKaKi will just apparently be bulking up on these two base play here and trying to get up as many forces as possible. More and more Phoenix coming on through. More and more Overlord hunting going down. DRG losing another Overlord. We'll be seeing some Hydras come out. Now the problem here is exactly this. DRG forced to come out with these Hydras to deal with these Phoenixes, and then we are likely to be seeing some Colossus come into play through that Robotech. That's what I'm going to assume, at least. So we will keep an eye on the production tab here of KiWiKaKi once that robotics does finish, which will be done in just one moment. There it is. And there comes the Bay, as expected. So yes, KiWiKaKi after realizing that, okay, there's going to be Hydras to deal with this Phoenix harass, and then if I just get some Colossus in play, well, Colossus do a beautiful job against Hydras. Oh, but look at this, the Nidus Network. And let's see where it's going to be going. We'll be seeing an Overseer move out. Is that what is going to happen? Trying to grant himself the vision to push out? No, the Nidus Network's coming straight out front. This is just to get those Hydras across the map much quicker. And oh my gosh, DRG is about to hit the front of KiWiKaKi's base, and that Colossus will not be out once that happens. So here it comes, a big hefty push at the front. Lots and lots of Speedlings as well as Hydralisk will be coming on through here for DRG. Also dropping that Creep Tumor. The Bay has just now finished, but that Colossus is still going to be a little while. Oh no! Too many sentries! DRG can't do anything. He is not able to push on up. He's going to grant himself some vision on the high ground and try to drop this Stargate. But we will just be seeing KiWiKaKi force field this wall off and prevent those Roaches from getting, prevent those Hydras from getting too far in, just to buy himself time for this Colossus to get out. And all of a sudden, it doesn't look like DRG is going to be in the position to actually be able to do this. We'll have to see though, but I expect that we're going to see KiWiKaKi maintain this force field wall without much of an issue. And as soon as that does pop out, as soon as that Colossus does pop out, he should be all set. And look at this, nice worm right in the main. And for some reason, we're not seeing KiWiKaKi move down to engage it. There we go, finally moving down there with those Stalkers. And he should be able to take that out, no problem whatsoever. And there it is, that gets taken out. Phoenix is moving down, going straight for that Overseer. Now, although he lost a couple of Phoenixes in the process, he's just preventing essentially those Hydras from being able to get that vision of the high ground. Couple Speedlings trying to move up. Grant vision on the high ground. Here we go. Hydras finally moving down. Now Colossus is within range. Is he going to snipe it down? Very close to taking it out, but the Colossus with a little bit of micro able to pull on back there, and DRG's in a tough spot now. There it is, the GG. DRG was able to do a bit of damage early game with that Roach push, but at the same time, he set himself behind quite a bit economically. We then saw a transition into Void Ray and Phoenix here from KiWiKaKi, which gained him map control, allowed him to harass, and basically bought him enough time to come out with some Colossus to deal with these Hydras. DRG attempting a Nidus Network counterattack wasn't able to do much, unfortunately, because of the massive amount of sentries that KiWiKaKi had. And there you go. That is it. Game number 2 here going to KiWiKaKi. We'll be moving on to game number 3, which will be the final game here between these two players. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.